Okay, so let's finish up problem number 3. We're going to actually have to plug it in and find cosine of alpha. Okay, so look at your triangle, which is here, and it actually just gave us cosine, so you didn't even have to do anything. So cosine was 3/5. Okay, so then you're going to have plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 3/5 all over 2. Now again, on this problem, guys, it's the calculator that's going to kill you, okay? You've got to use your calculator skills accurately. So we're going to ignore the radical for right now, and we are just going to find an answer for what's under the radical, okay? So if you want, you could do 1 plus 3/5. Now keep in mind, guys, some of you may have caught on to this already, but 1 is the same as 5 over 5, so this is just 8/5. Okay, I'll say that again. 1 is the same as 5 over 5, so this is 8/5. But if you don't see that, then you can type it in your calculator. 1 plus 3/5, hit enter, math, enter, enter. So this is 8/5. So you end up with plus or minus the square root of 8/5 over 2. Once again, I'm going to ignore the radical, and I'm trying to get this down to one fraction. So you're going to take 8/5, divide by 2. So you're going to take this and divide by 2. Okay, and you get 4/5. So now what I have is the square root of 4 over 5. Okay, on the last unit, remember I let you guys leave radicals in the denominator because they were binomials, but we're not going to do that this time. We're going to clean them up like we're supposed to, like we've done all along. So this is the same thing as the square root of 4 over the square root of 5. And when you do this, usually one of them is a perfect square. Okay, so what's the square root of 4? You're going to get 2. So I'm going to go ahead and write that as 2. So now I have 2 over root 5. Okay, I'll come down here because I'm out of room. So this is what I have. And you can't leave a radical in the denominator, so we're going to multiply by root 5 over root 5, just like we've done in the past. So you end up with 2 root 5 over the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 just drops the radical, and you get 5. So this was the final answer. Don't forget your plus or minus, guys, right there. Don't forget it, because it was in the original problem. Okay? Now, I realize that's a lot of work right here, but you'll get faster and better at it. But because they're notes, I just want to write it all out so you see where I got it from. Okay, number 4. Number 4 says find tangent of your angle divided by 2. So find your formula for tangent of alpha divided by 2. And the formula should be sine of alpha over 1 plus cosine of alpha. Okay, this time there's no radical, so the problem is a little bit easier. Okay, so look at your unit circle, look at your triangle. We want sine of alpha, so here's my triangle. Remember, okay, sine would be opposite over hypotenuse, so negative 4/5 over 1 plus cosine of alpha. And guys, cosine was given to you in the problem, so it's 3/5. Okay? Looks a lot like the tangent problems we've done in the past. You're just going to get a fraction in the top, which is already good in the top. You're going to clean this up in the bottom. You can use your calculator, or you can remember, if you're trying to add 1 plus 3/5, if your denominator is 5, you can just write this as 5 over 5 and realize that this is 5/5 plus 3/5 is 8/5. Or you can just use your calculator, 1 plus 3/5. It's going to give you 8/5 either way. Now, if you'll type this into your calculator, and guys, those of you that are struggling, it's negative 4 divided by 5, divided by 8 divided by 5, and then you do math, enter, enter. You actually have to try it. You should get negative 1/2. Make sure you type this in and you're getting negative 1/2 so that you're not, you can find out where your mistake is now rather than waiting till you get to the quiz. All right, so we're going to do one last setup, okay? The last one. And it says that if you're given from 90 degrees to 270 degrees, and it tells us that sine is 5/13. So that's the information it gives us. Now I'm going to give you a minute to actually set your triangle up. So you should try to set your triangle up. Okay, so if this is 0, this is 90, 180, 270, and 360. If I'm telling you it's between 90 and 270, then that means that these two quadrants are out, right? It must be in these two. Now the next thing I'm going to find out to decide which one it's in, I look here, and it says sine is a positive number. Which of these quadrants has a positive y value, right? Sine is positive, it'd be these, right? Because positive sign is up, positive y is up, negative y is down. So it's in this quadrant here. Okay? Sine means opposite over hypotenuse, so this is 5 over 13. And if you have 5 and 13, the other side is 12. But keep in mind, I went left, so this is a negative 12. Okay? So now then let's try a couple of problems with this. So for number 1, I want you to take cosine of 2 alpha. I'll give you a couple minutes. You try to find cosine of 2 alpha on your own. So the formula for cosine is 1 minus 2 sine squared alpha. That's the one I'm going to use. So sine of alpha, it gave it to me, is 5/13. It's in the original problem. You don't have to worry about that. So we're just going to take 1 minus 2 times 5/13, and we're going to square it. Okay, if you type this straight into your calculator, okay, you'll end up with 119 over 169. Okay, let's go to number 2. Number 2, sine of your angle divided by 2. Sine of your angle divided by 2. Okay, there's only one option for that. And this is the formula. 1 minus cosine alpha, or theta, whichever one you want to call it, divided by 2. Okay, it did not give us cosine. Cosine is going to be negative 12 over 13. Okay, so what you end up having here is 1 minus negative 12 over 13 divided by 2. Okay, once again on this problem, guys, you have to be careful. It's the calculator that's going to kill you. So you got to look at this part. Ignore the radical. If you type this in, you'll end up with 25 over 13. That's the top. And we still have to divide that by 2. Now then again, just type this part in your calculator. Okay, and you'll get 25 over 26.
It'll be fine, it'll be fine.
Okay, so we're going to break this up, and you're going to get the square root of 25 over the square root of 26. Remember I told you one of these will be a perfect square. The 25 is a perfect square, so now you're at 5 over square root of 26. You got to rationalize the denominator, so you're going to take the square root of 26 on both. So you end up, don't forget your plus and minus, 5 root 26 over 26. Okay, try 3 and 4 on your own, and you'll be done. Okay.